Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. We had a great time today. I'm your co-host Ted Jenkin with my co-host Lee Hosman. Of course, our guest today, Scott Rosenblum. He's the principal and co-founder of Hugo Posh, and you've got to listen to the entire podcast today if you want to find out how the name Hugo Posh came around. You're not going to guess it in a million times, so you better check it out on the podcast. As always, if you're watching this video, just click the subscribe button. That way you can get all these great videos in your inbox. Click the notifications bell. That way you know when the videos come in. And this is how you can build your MBA in entrepreneurship. It's by getting a combination of street smarts and book smarts from listening to all of our guests right here on the Shrimp Tank.
Scott, thank you so much for coming onto the show today. Tell our listeners a little bit about Hugo Posh and how you started it and what the organization does.
Hugo Posh started out as a application development company. My partner Abhi and I had been in ad tech for a while, which is, for folks who do not know, is another area of technology. It's if you go to a website, you see an ad on that website. Most people think that's pre-bought. It's not. It is served up in an auction that happens in about 300 milliseconds. There's hundreds of thousands of advertisers bid for the right. They have your demographics to place an ad. So if you see 8 ads, it's usually 8 different companies won, and that whole auction and the placement of the ad takes place in about 300 milliseconds. We were in that business. When we sold and got out, we went into managed services, and we formed Hugo Posh, and we diversified, went into medical products for a little bit, and now into real estate, and that's what we're pivoting into right now. And it's been a lot of fun. So, and with 2 folks, one that I went to high school with, known him for over 40 years, and my other partner, who we've been in business for 15, 20 years, and so that's Hugo Posh.
Now, we talked on the show, Scott, about business owners and the fact that you're really not a business owner until you get sued. And I thought you had some really interesting insight to share. Maybe you could share with our viewers today a little bit about what do you do if you get sued? Do you chase it? Do you not chase it? What's your thoughts on that?
As far as getting sued, if you're in business, it's going to be really hard to be able to avoid that. Doesn't matter how hard you try. First time I called my attorney about being sued, he said, "Look, you're in business, man. Get used to it. This is what happens." He's like, "You don't hire guys like us." He goes, "We don't want to work with people who don't get sued." He goes,
"But make money."
But the point is that you have to, to me, everything you take it with a grain of salt. Some things have merit, some things that don't have merit. But in general, it's gonna happen. So just make the plan for it. And as far as chasing things, look, a lot of folks will sue on principle. My partners and I have done that, but we have found that typically does not work out for you. It just costs you a lot of money to prove a point.
Absolutely. Become more mechanical with your process. Think about it business first. Take your emotion out of it. So today we talked on the show about some of my favorite topics, and you brought up emotional quotient, EQ. Can you tell our listeners what that is and why it's so important in business ownership?
Look, business is like life as far as I'm concerned and my partners, so it ebbs and flows. And if you can't manage that process and keep a level head, then you will not get to the point where you can make a decision. And being able to manage your adversity and your emotional quotient and your moods is extremely important to be able to think things through logically. So to me, those emotional quotient and adversity quotient are the most important things in being able to get a grip on in business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, the 2 most important components for running a business, and obviously we talked about IQ as well, it's that recipe of all those ingredients. So Scott, thank you so much for coming on the show. How do people get in touch with you if they want to reach out and learn more about all your businesses?
Scott at hugoposh.com, hugoposh.com.
Check it out soon. I know Scott down the road here very soon open up on Canton Street. It'll be a great boutique hotel and probably the best bourbon bar that we'll find in the entire city and suburbs here in Atlanta. You're going to have to check all that out. If you want to find out Scott's #1 bourbon that you should be drinking, you're going to have to listen to the podcast. And while you're on this video channel today, here's what you might want to check out. Who's the number 2 seller of barbecue sauce in all of the state of Georgia? It's the Williamson Brothers. So you might want to check out that video that we did with Sawyer Williamson and learn more about their business. Please keep on tuning in to us. We'll give you great nuggets here on the Shrimp Tank.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank.